Hello, my name is Angela Cahill. I'm the VTOS coordinator here in Navan, and I'm going to give you an overview of our VTOS Navan courses, information on eligibility criteria for joining VTOS, and just in general, what does LMETB offer adults coming back to education. We normally run our VTOS Navan taster course in Navan, in our centre, in our campus there. But obviously, because of the COVID-19 restrictions, VTOS is closed at the moment. So we thought, well, what was the next best thing to do? We'd put up the information on YouTube videos and give you a link and let you have a look at what's available to anyone who's interested in joining VTOS. So whether you were hoping to come on our taster course in May, or whether you're looking at this over the summer and you're thinking that VTOS might be something for you, you're very welcome, and I hope you get lots of information over the next couple of videos. This is just an introduction. We will then have each of our courses. I will give another introduction to each of the courses, and then the teachers that teach on the particular courses will also be giving you information in short videos. So you really get a feel for each of the courses and the people that will be teaching on the courses. So for example, if you wanted to do our Leaving Cert Science course, I'll give a brief introduction, and then our biology teacher Deirdre will be giving you some information. Deirdre teaches biology, chemistry and maths. Maura will be giving you information on the physics course and the maths course that she's teaching, and so on. So you really, at the end of all the videos, you should have a feel for what is VTOS, a sense of how enjoyable being involved in adult education can be when you come back to education. And hopefully you might think of joining us in September. We'd be very happy to have you. So I'll just start by looking overall. LMETB is Louth Meath Education and Training Board, and VTOS is part of what we call the FET provision in Meath, Further Education and Training. Everybody knows primary school, secondary school, and then third level is your universities and your institutes of technology. But sitting in between secondary and third level, we have the further education sector, further education and training, now called the FET sector, the FET sector. It's another alternative that, you might go to further education and then move into higher education. You might go into further education and then move into employment. So it's just another option for people, school leavers and adults coming back to education. So in our campus in Navan, we have the Meath Adult Education Guidance Service. So if you're not sure, or if someone in your family is not sure and they want to come back to education, they can drop in when we're fully open, hopefully, and talk to somebody in the guidance service. Before that, they're working online at the minute, they're taking phone calls. So you can contact MAGS, Meath Adult Education and Guidance Service. And all of the information and contact numbers for all the services that I'm mentioning here are on the LMETB website, www.lmetb.ie. If you're interested in part-time learning, or somebody in your family is interested in part-time learning, you might want to join the Adult Learning Service, where they're getting people back to basics, making sure that your maths and your English and your written work is up to speed. Or also if you come from a different country and you want to improve your English, your spoken English and your written English, the Adult Learning Service is a good place to start. We have the Back to Education initiative, which runs a whole host of part-time courses in Navan and in other places around Meath, as well as the Community Education Service, which provides courses around the county. So the Back to Education courses run from level 3 up to level 5, maybe healthcare, office administration, youth work, a whole variety. And they can be in Navan, or maybe in our centres in Kells, in Athboy, in Trim, or in other locations. If you're interested in full-time education, then VTOS might be the place for you. And the rest of this presentation is about the Vocational Training Opportunity Scheme. Bit of a mouthful, so we all call it VTOS. And the classes are located in Navan. So if anybody knows the old County Council building in Navan, up on Railway Street, beside the library, near the Solstice, up on the Trim Road in Navan, that's where we are. And I've just given the postal code there in case anybody wants to look us up. So what is VTOS? VTOS is aimed at people who might not have had a chance to complete your education the first time around. So maybe you didn't get to do your Leaving Cert for whatever reasons. Maybe you did a Leaving Cert, but you want to reskill or upskill because you want to change direction. So every year we have people coming back, maybe to do our level 5 or to do our Leaving Cert, who are thinking of going to third level, or they want to change direction in the job that they're doing. And that's a reason that they come back to VTOS. The last reason there is if they might want to go on to further education. So they might want to do dental nursing in Drogheda Institute of Further Education. One of our students a couple of years ago is now working as a dental assistant, pharmacy assistant. Again, they might want to go to one of our PLC colleges in Dunboyne or Drogheda. So they come to VTOS first, get their skills back up, and then move to further education. The other area then is higher education, I'll talk as we go through the courses a lot more about this, but we have students doing biotechnology in Maynooth. We have students doing digital forensics and cybersecurity in TU Dublin in Blanchardstown. We have students that have been came to VTOS a few years ago, are now through their higher education courses. So they have degrees in psychology and earth sciences and arts. Our English teacher, Paul, is a former VTOS graduate. He was in VTOS a while ago, we'll say, went to Maynooth, did his arts degree, and is now our English teacher. So there's loads of options there for people. The whole thing is that you're returning to education in a supported environment, and you're working with teachers who are expert in teaching adults. All our teachers are a good number of years teaching adults, and they know teaching adults is different to teaching children, and that's what they're good at. And I'm not just saying this, we have great teachers in VTOS and Navan, and we're very lucky. To qualify for VTOS, so to be eligible for a place on VTOS, it's a government funding scheme. It was set up in 1989. So because it's funded through the Exchequer or the public purse, there is a little bit of criteria that has to be there. So the first one is that you have to be over 21 years of age in the September. So if you turn 21 during the summer, that's fine, as long as you're 21 at the beginning of September. The other big criteria is that you have to be on a qualifying social welfare payment for at least 6 months. That can be 6 consecutive months, or it can be 6 months within the last year. 6 months is equivalent to 156 days. So if, for example, you're part-time working, so you're 3 days working and then the other days you're claiming job seekers allowance, you still could be eligible for VTOS, and that's fine as long as you have more than 156 days within the last year. Okay, so either 6 months or 156 days on a social welfare payment within the last year. The social welfare payment could be the job seekers payment. Most of our students would be on job seekers. It could be the one parent family claim. It could be the disability benefit or the disability allowance payment. It could be invalidity pension. It could be blind person's pension. There's a whole raft of social welfare payments. So if you're thinking of joining us, I'll be having a chat with you and just making sure that you're on some social welfare payments. Or you could be a dependent on another's claim. So you could be a dependent of your partner's claim. Your partner's on social welfare payment and you're his dependent. Then you're perfectly entitled to join VTOS. Or you could be signing for credits. So you may have worked previously, you're not eligible for a payment, but you're signing for credits. Again, you're eligible for VTOS. So it's there's a wide variety of eligibility criteria there. If you're between 21 and 25 years of age and you're receiving what's called an age-related reduced payment, you will have your payment increased to the full job seekers rates. So if you're getting maybe 102 or 112 euro because you're under 25 but over 21, if you join VTOS, your payment will effectively double up to 203 euro a week, which is the job seekers payment rates. So why join VTOS? Well, many of our students progress to further our higher education or into employment. Most of our students in the last couple of years are doing one or the other. They're either in further education, they're in a university. We had 8 students from our level 5 computing course, code and cybersecurity course, moved to TU Dublin, Blanchardstown last year. Or they're working, and some of them are working for themselves. Again, one of our level 5 students has set up his own web development business. It's a great opportunity to benefit from expert guidance for help on what is your next career direction. So if you're taking time out, you've been unemployed for a certain amount of time and you're really thinking, do I want to keep doing the job I was doing, or is it time for me to make a change? Coming to VTOS gives you that year or 2 years. You're allowed to spend 2 years on a VTOS program. So it gives you that breathing space to upskill and to really think about what's the next step. And we're very lucky to have the Meath Guidance Service on the campus, and we have another lady that comes in who's a career guidance counsellor who's great, and we give you loads of help. Everything is free, so coming to VTOS shouldn't cost you anything in terms of your resources. So if you're doing Leaving Cert, your books are free. If you're doing the QQI, your exam fees are free. If you go on any kind of educational trips, everything is free. If you need to borrow calculator, laptop for the duration of the program, again, these will be loaned to you. There is a small meal and travel allowance. Now, the program was set up in 1989, and unfortunately, they haven't increased the rates since 1989. So there is a meal allowance of €4 a week. There is a travel allowance if you live more than 3 miles away from the centre. And as the further you are, that goes up slightly. It isn't huge, and it is something that we have asked the government to look at time and time again. But, so far there's been no movement on that. So there is a small allowance, but, not too big. If you're currently on a job seekers payment, then your payment will be taken over by VTOS and paid directly into your bank account every week. So if you're on disability, one parent family, this doesn't apply. You continue getting your payment as you do at the moment. But if you're on job seekers and you're going to the post office to get your payment every week, VTOS or LMETB take over your payment after maybe towards the end of September when you're on the course a few weeks. And it means that it gets paid directly into your bank account every week. So you're not having to go and collect your money, and also social welfare know that you're on the course, so they're not asking you to go looking for jobs or show proof that you're looking for jobs. And then finally, VTOS runs according to the school year, so you have the same holidays as the school. So if you have children, you're off when they're off. Then what courses are we offering? Well, we have at level 4, boost your English and learn customer service skills, get job ready. So this is really geared at people maybe that have been away from education for a few years and they want to take a first step. They don't want to jump straight into Leaving Cert or straight into a level 5. They want to kind of get their skills back up again and also learn some employment skills. So customer service comes into everything. Employers are often looking for people who can deal with the public and interact with the public in a very positive way. So this course is really geared to you if you're in that situation. And also if English isn't your first language. So if you have come to Ireland, you have quite good spoken English, but you really want to improve your written English, then this is a really good course for you. Our Leaving Cert science or humanities option. So if you want to come back, you didn't get a Leaving Cert the first time around and you want that piece of paper, or a lot of jobs still look for a Leaving Cert as a minimum entry requirement for that job. So coming back to us will allow you to get your Leaving Cert, and we ask you to either go in the science direction or the humanities. And as I said, there's going to be more videos and explanations about each of these courses. Science, you'll be doing biology, physics, chemistry, maths and English. Humanities, you'll be doing history, Spanish, English and maths. Then we have our 2 level 5 course, Introduction to Coding, Cybersecurity and Web Development at level 5, and you get an overall award in software development. And then we have our eBusiness and Information Technologies at level 5, and eBusiness overall award. Both these are for people who have a real interest in computing and IT and want to bring it to the next level. If you want to go down the programming, coding, cybersecurity routes in 3rd level, then our first course there is really good for you, and huge success rate of students going on to 3rd level. If you want to be a web designer, again, really good course. If you want to set up your own business, and our e-business course could be the course for you. So just to finish, a couple of photographs. There's our level 4 students when they had a craft fair, and it was part of their customer service, team working and food safety course. Our Leaving Cert students last August, looking very happy, did extremely well. Very proud of them all. 2 of our Leaving Cert students in UCD when they were doing experiments down there. Our level 5 students on the day of their mock interviews looking very dapper. And our Leaving Cert students who got great results last year. So what to do next? There will be assessments taking place in August or September, depending when we have guidance from the government. In the meantime, you can apply to fetch courses. And the links are there. So look, I'll finish with this. Thank you very much.